Welcome to the A to Z Golfing Podcast presented by AM Golf Trips. Follow the entire 2023 season at amgolftrips.com and swagseries.com. With Andy Cezanne, I'm Anthony Zampano. Frankie Ellingson, a lot of you people know him, community manager over at Swag Golf. Frankie, how are you today?
Doing good. Excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. I didn't know if it was your first time, your second time, your fifth time, because I've spent 6 weekends with you. Andy and I have spent 6 weekends with you so far this year with Swag Series, and then obviously more other events that we have done with Swag. So we're going to get into a little bit of, but I wanted to cover a few bases first. I actually met you before you started working at Swag Golf with the infamous Black Peach that is still on your desk.
The Black Peach on my desk that you have tried to steal many a time, which
technically I won it. Technically I won it from you by kicking your ass on the golf course.
Yeah. I don't recall. There was I don't know about that one.
So from that point when you first had it before you got to Swag Golf, where did you then find yourself getting into working for Swag?
Yeah, so when I graduated college, 2019, my parents got me a putter, as a grad gift, and it just said it wasn't actually the physical putter. It said, "Trent's gonna build you a putter." Trent's Worth out here at Swag, who I've known my whole life. Him and my brother grew up playing hockey together. So I came down here, built a putter, and then Trent told me, "Hey, grab whatever you want, whatever head cover." I was like, "Oh, I love the Masters. This Peach is really cool. I'm grabbing this." And then he's like, "Oh, I got to text Nick about that." And I was like, "It's weird." And it's just I knew nothing about the brand. I'm like, "It's just a head cover. I don't know, no different than this one sitting next to it." And then 30 minutes later, he's like, "Yeah, you're good to take it. Good to go." So, and then a couple months later joined official Swag and posted a picture of the putter and the cover. And I think I got about 1,000 DMs from people who I've now probably met, but they're like, "Hey, I'll trade you 5 covers for that one." I'm like, "I don't need 5 covers, man. I just need one. I only have one putter. I don't need all these." And then Trent texted me and said, "Hey, just to let you know, that's one of the most rare covers. You're going to get a lot of DMs about it." I was like, unbeknownst to me, and then started following the brand and got to know a little bit more, and was like, "All right, cool. Yeah, I have one of the most rare covers. I'm not letting anyone take this." And then I may have bet it with Anthony, and he may have won, but
now we got it. What's the bet? What was the bet on?
I don't know. It was at Elgin Country Club, and I was playing horrible. That's all I remember. But I play horrible there every time I play.
If it was at Elgin,
it was the first.
It doesn't count.
It was the first time that he came out. I had the white one. He had the black one. And we had been joking around leading into him playing there. I was like, we should go, cover for cover.
Peach for peach.
Peach for peach. And he was not playing well. That's true. I was playing well. And I think on 18, I took it off of his and I switched him around.
Yeah, he came back to my
and I took a photo of it. Yeah, and I took a photo of it and posted it. I think it might have been in an official Swag at the time, and I just basically said what he lost. But we had a conversation, obviously, before he started working there, where I don't know if I told you that it was valuable. It was just an additional thing, or maybe we started talking about the rare covers and stuff like that. But it was pretty cool because then I met him and he brought it up on the range. That was the first time. That was when you told me about the conversation.
Yeah, you. I think I posted the picture, and then you added me, and you were like, "Love to see guys gaming rare covers." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about, man. I love the Masters. This Peach is awesome." Yeah, and then I think we added each other on Facebook, and that was probably 2 years before I started here. And then, I remember I was golfing. We were setting up the golf, I think, with Carl here at Swag, and he's like, "Yeah, we're going to play with Anthony Zampano." I'm like, "I think I'm friends with that guy on Facebook." And then now we're here.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man. I mean, you're so young and you're so energetic about the brand. And, I think it was probably 2 years ago we started playing golf together. And then watching how you've played this year. And I only got to caddy for you for 3 holes before torrential downpours happened, but it's been really cool. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say thank God those downpours happened, but the second time wasn't very good either. So when the rescheduling
how did you finish it out?
It was an 18-hole event. I played 9 holes, and then I walked to the parking lot. I put my clubs in my car, and I drove away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
I think I bogeyed the first hole, and then I had a quadruple bogey on the second hole. And then I was like, yeah.
But outside of the negative talk, he's played some really good golf this year. If I'm not mistaken, I think I saw you post that you shot 69.
Shot a 69, 1 under 69. I had a 3 under 70, which could have been a 69. And then another 1 under par. So it's been a good year. I'd never broken par before this year.
That's awesome.
I got 3 under my belt.
Yeah.
A little round of applause. Andy's
if I had a hat, I'd tip it.
He's just going to keep his arms crossed the whole time.
Okay.
You know.
So what's the strength of your game that on the course?
It kind of switches around. I feel like my driver though is usually my go-to. I can usually keep it pretty straight for the most part. Play a nice little fade. And then if the putter gets hot at the same day, it's usually a good recipe. And the irons are most of the time good enough.
Yeah.
But driver is like my most comfortable club right now.
All right. So you and Andy have a very similar game because I feel like Andy very consistently hits the ball well with the driver off the tee. So I'm kind of like the outsider here because I just hit the ball all over the freaking place. And then my short game has to take over from there. So I have no idea what it's like to hit the driver really well. I think it's been like 18 months. So I'm kind of envious.
He's a scrambling man.
Well, you're like the magic man. You'll hit it under a tree and somehow hit a 4-iron roped under the 3 branches and the squirrel eating the pine nut and then land 10 feet from the green. And it's very
not
frustrating.
Magic.
Yeah, and it'll just be super casual. Just be like, yeah, good enough.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, it has to be
Tuesday.
casual because that's where I've spent 18 months. It was in different left forest, right forest. You'd think I'd be great on a links course, but then I find like the places where you're not supposed to hit it.
That is very true.
Just trying to give yourself
you do find the spots
It's difficult being me. Okay, it's very difficult being me. All right, so 6 events so far on the Swag Series. We've been at with you, you know, from Torrey to both Chicago events, Texas, Pine Needles, Harbor Shores. You know, we've loved it, and obviously it's going to be. We're really looking forward to above and beyond what's already been done in 2023. We obviously have 1 event left at Mystic Lake, and then it'll be the national championship. For you, you know, you've been you and Andrew have kind of been the most regular people at the Swag Series from Swag Off. So what has been the stuff that you've liked so far that we've done out there?
They've all been awesome. Definitely feel like being the first year took maybe like a little bit for me personally to kind of catch my groove and get a feel for it. But you know, from everyone that's been out there, I've heard great feedback. They've loved how it's set up and obviously loved the course that we played. We've been lucky enough to be at some really cool spots. Torrey Pines is one of the most iconic courses in the country. And I feel like just the vibes at the events are awesome. No, it's people are cracking jokes. The putting event or the putting challenge has been super fun every time. Getting you on the mic and just ribbing people while they're trying to make the putt has been super fun.
Yeah, I feel like
you seem to catch on to that too because you've been doing a lot of the videos on the par 3s.
You know, I mean, some people are saying my influencer career is starting to take off a little bit. You know, I've gotten some sponsorship outreaches here and there. You know, Blue Tees has been seeing what I've been doing. You know, they're loving it. Bushnell actually gave me a contract. They said, please never use our product. They saw me with the gun. They're like, yeah, now you're good.
But yeah, I was sending the private jet.
I'm waiting on the private jet. That would be nice. Wouldn't mind a 4-day, 3-night stay, Dominican Republic. But all I gotta do is hit a hole in one. So,
Do you want to give us
But-
try to give us do the recap or do the video? See if you can do it in one take here, really fast.
ooh, all right. Let me kind of catch myself here. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Casa de Campo Hole in One Challenge presented by Blue Tees. We're here at Harbor Shores. It is about 175 yards, playing a little downwind. Get a hole in one. You get 4-day, 3-night stay, Casa de Campo in the Dominican Republic. What club are you gonna hit? Boom.
I'll give the golf club for that one. Yep.
Thank you.
He's been working.
It's a little weird.
The question mark at the end was fantastic.
Yeah, you leave it open ended.
It's going. We are here at Meadows at Mystic Lake for our last regular season Swag Series event, the Casa de Campo hole in one hole. Hole number 2. We got our Blue Tees rangefinder here. It is about 170 yards. Hole in one's getting you a 4-night stay down in Dominican Republic. What club are you gonna hit?
6 Swag Series events this year. A couple trips that we've done. Obviously, Vegas, Sand Valley come to mind. The building of the brand through players, right? And the teams, and then you've got the individual collectors events. Been really good. Where do you see it coming together as a community? I mean, you obviously handle a lot of the community stuff over there, and obviously that's sometimes good, and that's most of the time good, and sometimes bad, obviously, because we have a lot of complainers out there in this world. But how have the events helped with sort of bringing the community together?
I think they've been great. Obviously, before, so I've only been with Swag just under 2 years now, but before this year, it was really only the big collectors events. Hazeltine comes to mind in 21, where people kind of were able to come together. And now with all these Swag Series events, a lot more people are able to meet in person. They're able to meet us. We're able to meet them, kind of put some names to some faces. And then once you kind of start building that relationship, and then you come back to work and be like, oh, I remember, like, if I go on official swag, be like, oh, I met this guy, I met this girl at the event. Like, oh, it's cool to see them, like, now all kind of interacting at different courses, like, outside of the events. So I feel like they've been really good to, like, help kind of put some names to some faces and start to meet people in person.
Yeah, I think that was one of the cool things, Andy and I being at Latrobe most recent, the team from Maryland that had been there 4 times, this was their 4th event. I saw all their stuff in the Discord. Andy, I don't know if you had a chance to talk with them a little bit, but really cool to sort of see the idea when we all sat down at the beginning of 2023. It was like, are people going to come to multiple events? How, moving across the United States, and obviously going into 2024, even more movement across the United States. It's really cool to see the same faces. As much as I love the new people, and I know Andy does because he likes to take photos of people, and then get hounded for days to get them photos.
Well, it's because the pictures are good. Everyone wants to see them. They're awesome pictures.
Very much so. I mean, I'm just left out now. I mean, Andy used me to jumpstart his career, which also, by the way, has culminated in a runner-up position at the Golf Photographer of the Year competition.
Oh yeah, that's right. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Done.
Appreciate
I mean,
it.
used me, threw me to the side. Now he's got like 1,600 people that now he fulfills all their dreams.
Do you know how untrue this statement is?
Oh,
the fact that I get
this is
emails
very
like,
true.
is
I have a
Anthony
text
going to be
message.
there?
I
have messages on board. We'll get into that part later, but that's a very untrue statement.
That reminds me of someone I'll bring up later. But every time Andy sees me, I'm in a bunker. Every time. Every single time.
Well, I don't know what
He
we're waiting
waits.
for.
Yeah.
It's impromptu. You could just talk. You
He
can just say
waits
what you
until
want
I
to say.
get in the bunker. I think he hides in the woods. He sees me going to the bunker and he pops out. He goes, "Oh, I'm here to take some pictures." I'm like, Andy, come on. I was in all these fairways, all these good shots, and you wait till I'm in the bunker. And then there's proof.
It's true. I do love bunker shots. Bunker shots are like my favorite thing to get people out of. So if I see someone in a bunker, I'm usually running from one hole to another to get that shot in.
Oh,
He's the Sandman. That should be your new nickname, the Sandman, Andy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
enter
you.
Sandman just on a speaker as he runs up.
That's right.
We got the Wiener King, Frankie Fingers, and then the Sandman.
Wow.
It sounds like
Andy, way to go. Way to get into the show.
it sounds like
Proud of
the worst WWE tag team of all time.
We're totally D-Generation X 2.0. All right. We just need to figure this out. What exactly am I lying about, Andy?
No, the people. I have loads and loads of people wondering if you're going to be at the events. So I get emails like, "Hey, is he going to be there? Is he going to be there?" When I'm at the event, "Hey, is Anthony Zampano here?" "Yeah, he's somewhere."
You
"Sorry,
know
I'm
what?
not good enough for you."
And
"Sorry,
you thought
Andrew
I was
or
lying.
Frankie aren't good at you." I just had that Latrobe. I literally just had someone ask me, like, "Is Anthony Zampano here?" I was like, "Yeah, he's
a
here
celeb.
somewhere, walking around."
He's
So
signing autographs.
I
Out back.
Okay, first of all, you tried to turn this onto me. This was not about me. This was about you using me to jumpstart your photography career and then throwing me to the wayside. Okay? That's what it was.
Well, it's all those
We can be
pictures
very
when you had
clear.
that long hair flowing out of the back of the hat.
Oh man, that's my favorite photo
From
shoot.
4 years ago. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now he spends half of his time working and half of his time checking people's profile pics on Facebook so that he can freaking tag me, right? To see another one. It's another one. See, it's another one. See, it's another one. See, so it's not about me. It's more so about you.
No, I'm gonna say we're gonna agree to disagree here.
Okay, but my statement was not untrue.
I don't know about this.
90% of the photos you've ever taken of me have been from the same event, and you will not, because I will not grow out my hair again. You're holding it over my head.
Oh, that's a true statement.
Wait, why aren't you growing your hair out again?
Can't do it.
Oh, come on.
We're like the Dallas Cowboys over here. You got to have a certain cut. Yankees, Cowboys. Yeah. I'm sorry, Patriots and Yankees. That's what we are over there. We're the Patriots and the Yankees. Oh boy, someone's at the window. Who's at the window?
No,
What do we got?
Chris Barker's just staring at me. They don't have a box of head covers.
They're
not going to throw them at me this time.
Boo. What was the best head cover in the batch that they threw at you?
I don't know. There were some that are unreleased that I can't talk about. There were some cool ones in there.
Well, at least you know what they are. We had somebody on from the brand there that didn't even know what head covers came out on the first release. Yeah.
That's on the scrap.
Hey.
Yeah. I wonder who that was.
You know what? He's a very dear friend of mine. And we're not going to throw him under the bus at all. Andrew,
I think he was the guy who threw the head covers at me before we started. It might have been the same guy. I don't know.
It looked like there was a bunch of them. Was it 3 of them?
There were
like a whole bag. It looked like.
No. I meant it was Schmidt, Barker, and
it was half the office. I saw Jay and Cisco were there. Choco was recording. I think Allison was there too. Everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, look at how they make you feel. Look how Andy makes me feel over here. It's like you guys have a good relationship over there and a good company, and then Andy and I are just over here, and he's just slandering me half to death the whole time. So
yeah, that sounds exactly like me.
All right, so I got one last thing.
Slam man.
Listen, I think we've talked about this all year long. I think for any 24 or 25-year-old, you're 25?
26.
26 now.
Going on 27.
I think every 26-year-old out there in the United States of America that plays golf has to be jealous of your life.
They're a little jealous.
I mean, a little jealous is an understatement.
Yeah.
You are the most eligible golf bachelor out there. If one of the 17, that's right. If one of our 17 listeners happens to be female and is available, Mr. Frankie Ellingson is available.
I'm right here. You can ask.
He likes concerts, Windy City Smokeouts.
I do like those. Those are
likes
fun.
to fly first class.
If it makes sense economically, I mean, it's a $10 upgrade. Why not?
Yeah, you got to do it then.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, why not?
So, Frankie, we took you talking about 6 swag series events, 2 collectors events. What has been your favorite moment of this 2023 season so far?
Ooh, favorite moment. There's been some good ones. God,
I mean, you got a lot to choose from. You got Shadow Creek, you got Vegas Party, you got
Shadow
Creek.
Asking him questions is proved to be very difficult in this interview. I'm just saying it right now.
You know, I mean, I had nothing prepared. I'm trying to think of the whole year. There was a lot.
There was. It's tough.
I mean, Shadow Creek was incredible. Playing there was really, really cool. Got to play with some cool guys. Shout out Zach Krim. I rode with him all day. The day after he got a hole-in-one, actually, that was pretty cool. I was in the group ahead of him, but looking back and hearing him scream for a hole-in-one and throw stuff around was really cool. I love Sand Valley.
TPC Las Vegas. He got that right.
Yep. Yeah. I'm like, God, I don't know the course that well, but the hole was not easy. And I heard everyone screaming, look back. I'm like, there's no way anyone got a hole-in-one. I don't know. This must have chipped in for birdie or something.
Yeah.
Sand Valley was incredible. Might be a little recency bias because it was just a couple weeks ago, and it was basically in my hometown. But that place was really sweet. Great accommodations, great food, hilarious caddies. Slim might have been the funniest person I've ever met in my life. I've never seen anyone have chewing tobacco in their mouth, smoke a cigarette, and drink out of a flask all at the same time while reading a putt for me. That was a perfect read as well. He's a Renaissance man.
Talented man.
A very talented man. Being at Torrey Pines is really cool too. Being out on the ocean. Never been to California before. First stop was In-N-Out Burger. Double animal style. Delicious. There have been some highlights along the way.
Do you want to keep recapping the rest of them, or do you just have little pointers for every single one? Or?
You asked me my favorite moment. You know, I'm spitballing.
We're still waiting for your favorite moment. We're still trying to figure out what it is.
I don't have
bikes. We had the bikes in North Carolina too.
All right, there we go. That's probably number one.
Got it. Here we go. Yeah. So we've covered 4 of the 9 events that you've been at so far. Tidbits. So you're ranking them: motorcycles, most recent In-N-Out Burger, and then Shadow Creek because somebody made a hole-in-one the day before.
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect.
That was a side story.
I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to summarize what your thoughts were.
You need to
put them all together so Andy doesn't have to edit them. I think it's Frankie.
Usually that's how he talks to me, so I'm used to that part of that. So
I know
you're trapped in a corner sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm very helpful. I was just trying to summarize it for our fans.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like the AI, just the 2-sentence summary after I just ramble for a couple minutes.
It's perfect. I mean, I wouldn't
too long
call it rambling. It's your second time on a podcast. First time was with a bunch of frat boys at your fraternity. And this is the second time.
That was a 4-hour just rambling session. Thankfully.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no editing, right?
No editing whatsoever.
See?
I don't think.
I bet it came out beautiful. Right, Andy?
All 5 listeners loved it. It actually was the most popular episode they ever did. Was the one I was on.
That's awesome.
Thank God the audio was lost. Never to be found.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And actually, to tell you the truth, in about a year, this will be the same thing. So even though we'll keep doing it, everybody will forget about this episode. So we're just going to let everyone know.
I thought you were going to the episode.
I'm just saying.
This is the most listened to episode we had.
All right, we got to get the hell out of here. Frankie's got to get ready for a meeting. We're going to see him at Mystic Lake. Thank you so much for joining us, buddy, and can't wait to finish out the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll see you guys in 1 week. Any big Labor Day plans?
No, gotta go.
What? Oh,
none. I got none.
None.
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same boat, to be honest.
We're home for once, so we're just trying to probably stay low key, I bet.
Makes sense. Barbecue a little bit. enjoy the 100-degree heat wave.
That's
Yeah.
probably what's gonna happen. I'll probably
4 or
smoke
5 days of it.
It's gonna be toasty.
All right, man. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in a few days.
Thanks so much.
See you guys soon. Thanks for having me.